Alright, now we're doing 8Q Geometry Basics, Distance Between Points in 2D. This is by Taw, and 87% of people like it. So this series of katas will introduce us to basics of doing geometry with computers. So point objects have attributes x and y. We're going to write a function calculating distance between point A and point B. We're going to test compare expected result and the actual answer with tolerance of this. Alright. So for this one, we're going to have to use the old Pythagorean theorem. Pythagorean theorem? I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Anyway, the one where it's a squared plus b squared equals c squared. But since we're looking for c squared, we're going to do the square root of a squared plus b squared. Alright. So let's do a console.log first to see what we even have, what we're working with. So let's say console.log a, test it out. We've got this point object with x is 3, y is 3, all right? And we can just imagine that it's the same with b, just like it says down here. Let's take this 0, 1 out of here. Let's test it again. All right, so we got 1 and 6, that's better. All right, so let's do a dot x just to check. A dot x, all right? Test it out. All right, so we got the 1, and if we do the y, we'll get the 6, all right? So now that we got that going on, we can say return, and then we'll do something like this. In these parentheses, we'll say a dot x minus b dot x, and then we'll say over here times 2, so squared, and then we'll add that to a dot y minus b dot y, and then we'll say times 2, right? And then we'll say outside of this, we'll say times 0.5, because we know that anything raised to the 1/2 power is the same as the square root of it, all right? So let's test it out. And it works, awesome. And attempt it. And there we go, awesome. But you know what, there's other ways we can do this. We could say slash star, control end, and then star slash to comment this thing out, then control home and enter, and then we'll just say const distance between points, and then we'll do equals a comma b, and then an arrow right here. So right here we could do something like this. We can use the Math.hypot static method, and the Math.hypot static method, if you don't know about it, returns the square root of the sum of the squares of its arguments. So basically it's just going to find the length of a hypotenuse for us. So right here we're just going to say in here we'll do a minus b, ax minus bx. And let me show you the arguments we're going to be using. We're going to be doing Math.hypot value 0 comma value 1, right? And so right here we'll say after this comma, and we'll get this and put it in there. Copy it, paste it, and now let's test it out. And there we go, and attempt it. All right, and submit it. All right, so you see right here, they pretty much did the same thing we did, just in normal syntax. This one used the Math.pow method and also the Math.square root static method. This one's using the Math.hypot. This is doing something else. This is doing the hypot. And that's pretty much what's going on right there. So we got this right here, just me. Best practice in my opinion, very much like it. And we'll see you next time.